Nestled in St. Francisville, Louisiana, the Myrtles Plantation is a place where history and legend intertwine, and where the line between the living and the dead seems to blur. Famously dubbed one of America's most haunted homes, this plantation carries whispers of tragedy, death, and restless spirits. But is it truly cursed, or are its stories simply echoes of the imaginations of those who dare to visit? Let's take a journey through its shadowed halls to uncover the truth, or at least attempt to. The Myrtles Plantation was built in 1796 by General David Bradford, known as Whiskey Dave, in honor of his participation in the Whiskey Rebellion. Bradford fled Pennsylvania under threat of arrest and sought refuge in Louisiana. Away from prying eyes, a seemingly idyllic retreat, the Myrtles came to life as a stately example of Southern prosperity. Eventually, Bradford's daughter, Sarah Matilda, inherited the property and brought with her an air of genteel domesticity. But behind the plantation's stunning architecture, sprawling gardens, and serene landscape lies a much darker history. It is said 10 murders took place here, though historians argue that the true count stands at only 1. Still, the plantation's reputation for death and tragedy makes it a prime breeding ground for ghost stories. In fact, many believe the house sits on cursed land, a place where spirits cling restlessly to the mortal realm. The most infamous legend surrounding the Myrtles Plantation is tied to Chloe, said to be a former enslaved housemaid. The story goes that Chloe grew close to her master and was privy to many secrets, a closeness that kept her living in fear of punishment. Desperate to ensure she stayed in favor, Chloe devised a horrifying plan. She allegedly baked a cake laced with oleander poison and served it to the master as wife and children. Tragically, it was much more potent than she intended, and the family succumbed to its effects. When Chloe was discovered, terrified villagers dragged her to a nearby tree and hanged her for her crime. Since that fateful day, some claim Chloe's spirit has never left the plantation. She's often seen wearing a green turban, peeking through windows or wandering the gardens late at night. An iconic photograph taken at the property supposedly captures Chloe standing between 2 buildings, a faint shadowy figure haunting the grounds. But Chloe is far from the only ghost here. Step inside the main house and visitors frequently report the eerie sensation of being watched. Mirrors seemingly reflect more than mere objects, as spectral faces appear within their glassy surface. According to legend, one particular mirror traps the spirits of Sarah Matilda and her children, perhaps a result of improper funeral practices. Instead of covering the mirror, it was left bare, allowing their souls to roam the plantation. Today, this mirror serves as one of the strangest landmarks within the house, smudged with handprints that never seem to disappear. Then there's the infamous grand piano. Locked shut when not in use, guests claim to hear its slow, melodic notes playing on their own. Especially at night when the halls are drenched in silence, the music echoes through the air, chilling those who listen. The Myrtles Plantation's ghostly energy intensifies with the tale of the staircase girl. A playful spirit, she's often said to haunt the foyer staircase, visible only out of the corner of one's eye. Witnesses describe her wearing a white dress and giggling softly, as though in amusement, but before you turn fully toward her, she vanishes without notice, leaving the feeling of cold air in her wake. If you venture upstairs, you might find yourself inside a room often nicknamed the Haunted Bedroom. Guests staying overnight have shared similar paranormal experiences. The sensation of being accidentally bumped in bed, blankets tugged open by unseen hands, or the muffled sound of crying coming from somewhere close. Many have tried to explain this away, but for those who have experienced it firsthand, there's little doubt that whatever resides here isn't human. Perhaps most chillingly, the plantation's history intersects with tales of civil war, bloodshed. Photographs taken in the house reveal what appears to be a soldier standing watch near the entryway. Dressed in full uniform, he carries himself as though he doesn't belong to this era, and before long he simply fades into the background. Could his spirit be protecting the land from those looking to steal or desecrate it? The plantation's legend grew even further after an unsettling murder in 1871. William Winter, the property's then owner, was brutally shot on the front porch. According to accounts, Winter didn't die right away. Instead, he staggered back inside and desperately dragged himself up the staircase before collapsing on the 17th step, dead. Today, visitors often claim they hear ominous footsteps, all leading to that exact step, before silence takes over. Winter's death marked another tragic chapter for the Myrtles Plantation and added fuel to its haunted legacy. Despite its stories, or perhaps because of them, the Myrtles Plantation draws people from across the world. Ghost hunters, paranormal investigators, skeptics, and thrill seekers alike walk its grounds in hopes of catching glimpses of the supernatural. Whether you believe in spirits or not, it's almost impossible to deny the chilling atmosphere of this historic home. The plantation still operates as a bed and breakfast, inviting guests to spend the night if they dare. Many wake up with strange impressions burned into their memories, whispers caught in the air, footsteps pacing outside their bedroom door, or shadowy figures at the end of the hall. For some, the experience is so unsettling they refuse to stay for even a second night. What is it that truly haunts the Myrtles Plantation? Are these restless spirits tied to its tragic history, unable or unwilling to move on? Or could the tale simply be a byproduct of storytelling passed down from generation to generation? After all, history and legend can easily intertwine. One thing is certain, the Myrtles Plantation remains shrouded in mystery. It's a place that stirs curiosity and fear, thrills and chills. And whether or not its haunted reputation has any validity, those who leave the property almost always carry with them an unsettling sense of the unknown. Would you dare spend a night walking its halls and listening for Chloe's whispers or Winter's footsteps? Would you be brave enough to look into the mirror and see what might step back? The Myrtles Plantation stands as a reminder of how history and myth can combine to create something truly unforgettable. But perhaps the real question is, when you leave, will anything, anyone follow you home?